Today we are going on a very big adventure. How big? Well, we are going all the way up, right through the clouds, past the birds, into a kingdom in the sky. Jack lived with his mother in a small cottage, and they were very poor. One day his mother said, "We must sell our cow Bessie to buy food." Jack walked to market, but on the way he met an old man who offered him 5 magic beans in exchange for Bessie. Magic beans, Jack thought. How exciting! But the very next morning, Jack woke to find an enormous beanstalk had grown right outside, so tall its top disappeared into the clouds. Jack looked up. He looked back at the house. He looked up again, and he began to climb. At the top of the beanstalk was a kingdom in the clouds, and in the middle of it stood a great stone castle. Boom! And he heard the giant's voice cry out, "Fee, fee, fo, foom." He heard the giant take a big breath, and then something completely unexpected. Crying. Big, sad, lonely crying that shook the walls. Jack peeked through the keyhole. The giant was sitting at an enormous table, alone. Just one plate, just one cup. Fee, fee, fo, foom, the giant whispered again. The giant was ... lonely. Jack could have sneaked in and grabbed the golden harp and the golden eggs and run away. But he thought about the giant crying at that big empty table. He thought about how lonely it must feel to never have anyone to talk to. And so instead he knocked on the door. The door swung open. The giant stared down at tiny Jack. "You are very small," said the giant. "I know," said Jack. "I am Jack. I climbed your beanstalk. Primera agua. Ese gorinto well. Never mind what I was going to do. Are you all right?" The giant stared for a very long time. "You are very big, and that fee, fee, fo, foom is quite frightening. I only shout it because I want someone to hear me," said the giant. "But it never works." Jack sat down on the giant's floor. They talked for a whole hour. The giant taught Jack a song he had made up all by himself. The golden harp played softly in the corner because it liked the company very much. He brought his mother, who brought soup, and the giant, who turned out to be a tremendous baker when he had someone to bake for, made the most wonderful cloud cakes you could ever imagine. And the beanstalk? They kept it. It became the best climbing frame in the whole valley. The end. And remember, sometimes the scariest looking things are just the loneliest things. Come back to the story tree. Our next adventure is already growing.